YouTube, this is just a brief video about a surgery I had a few years back. I had a carpal boss removed from my left hand. This was actually diagnosed after a trip to the hospital, after which I was sent to see an orthopedic specialist who listened to the symptoms I was having and manually felt the lump on my hand. In my case, no other tests were required to diagnose it. From just feeling it, he was able to tell me it was not a ganglion cyst and indeed a carpal boss. We initially decided to go to the emergency room due to the fact that I was beginning to lose motion in my hand, and it was extremely painful to move, and it made like a kind of popping, clicking type sound when I moved it. I couldn't pull myself up using that hand at all. It was extremely stiff and painful. And after about 7 years of the bump growing and becoming more and more painful, we decided to get it re-looked at for about the 6th or 7th time. In terms of the actual procedure, it was quite simple in terms of like recovery and all of that. I chose to go under a general anesthetic. I was given the choice between just a freezing or going under anesthetic, and I chose anesthetic. I was also given a freezing though. It was put in a soft cast for a week after surgery, and I was kept in it wrapped for a week after having the cast removed, after which the stitches were taken out. I had to keep it elevated and sleep with it on a pillow for the first week or so, just to help with swelling and everything. The doctor had given me a prescription for Tylenol 3, but I didn't end up taking them as I didn't really have much of a need to. There wasn't a lot of pain, nor was there. It was a very simple recovery. It was at most I had maybe a mild ache in the hand, which was more annoying than it was painful. By the second week, I had the stitches out, and I was able to start going back to my regular activities, but I had to go back into everything slowly. I couldn't do anything too active as it was still healing. Before I had this surgery done, we had tried splints, which were put on by the hospital. It was like a soft cast type thing, but it was plaster on this side, and they wrapped like a tensor bandage, and it really just made it worse. It didn't help. We were trying ice, heat, rest, and I was also given a cortisone injection like right here, which really painful. Hurt more than the actual operation. As of today, being about 4 or so years later, I've had no issues in that hand. The bump has completely gone. I only have slight scarring, which you can kind of right here. And I still have a slight popping noise when I move it, but it's a lot milder. The popping noise, I was told, was caused by the tendons in this part of my hand that come over. They were snapping. I would really suggest, if you do believe you have a carpal boss, getting it looked at and possibly discussing removal options with your doctor if it's causing you issues as mine was. I'm going to include some images of both the carpal boss before it was removed, as well as images from the surgery recovery at the end of the video. So if that's not something you'd like to see, I would suggest not watching the rest of the video. And also, if you have any other questions or comments regarding the surgery or any other videos you'd like me to make, comment down below and like and subscribe.